Apparently, John Wick 5 is happening. Lionsgate executive actually confirmed recently that they are developing this movie, which might have a few people scratching their heads. But this comes from Jennifer Brown, who's the EVP and head of global productions and experiences at Lionsgate. She talked to comicbook.com and she said this, quote, "This world continues to grow and expand in incredible ways. Up next, of course, we have Ballerina, which is our first spinoff movie, and we can't wait for that to release to the world. Of course, we've announced we're working on a 5th John Wick film. I think there are more spinoffs to come, a TV series, video game." And then when she was, further pressed about the matter, she said this, quote, "We've shared that we're developing a 5th John Wick film. John Wick may be dead. We are all on bated breath waiting to find out," end quote. Spoilers if you haven't seen John Wick,
that boy dead.
He dies off screen. We don't see him die. There's a funeral. He keels over. I don't think we can definitively say he was dead. Keanu Reeves would have you believe different. He recently had some comments that said like John Wick is dead, but if you didn't see it, I call it into question. Regardless of if it's Keanu, what do you think? Like, do you want to see another John Wick? Does Keanu have to be in it? Like, is it a non-negotiable for you that like I don't want it unless he's back? What are your thoughts on a possible John Wick 5?
Yeah, I mean, I love the series so much. Part of me is just like, hell yeah, give me another John Wick. But I think I don't know if I can see it without Keanu though, and I think that's the part that I'm wrestling with constantly. Like him saying like his knees don't work the same anymore. People keep asking him about John Wick. He's like, y'all, the character's dead. Like it's just, I don't know. Like I don't know
He's
if the
60
energy
years old, by the way.
I don't know if the energy will be the same. And part of me does welcome the idea of I think they can figure something Logan-ish out, right? Like John Wick is this old dude now. You know what I mean? I feel like they can do some things that can be fun and different for the character, but I just don't know. It's one of those ones that's on one hand it's like hell yeah, give me more John Wick. On the other hand, it's like what is it without Keanu? So I'm not sure. Maybe they bring in the ballerina stuff. Maybe I don't know what they do, but part of me is like, if Keanu doesn't say yes, then what? They're just gonna, I don't know, bring in somebody new. I don't know if that feels right. You know what I mean? I don't know if that feels the same. Are we now turning this into, the Bond franchise? Are we gonna go through different John Wicks? Like, I don't know what's happening at that point. So yeah, I'm not sure, man. It's another one of those weird situations.
It's gonna be him. There's no way they're making a John Wick movie without Keanu Reeves.
Without John Wick,
that's complete bullshit fabrication. She's being cheeky and being fun, and I get it. Like you got to play that game, and they're probably still negotiating contracts. Like it's all a part of the game. Keanu's gonna be back. I don't think she would say this publicly out loud if he wasn't already at least verbally committed to being in the role again. They just have to figure out the story, timing, all that stuff is a big factor into it. We're already getting John Wick without John Wick, and that's Ballerina. Like otherwise, you would just call it something else within the world of John Wick. And so I firmly believe he'll be back. And by the way, I want this to happen. Let's fucking go. I'm ready for it because John Wick is one of my favorite franchises. It's one of the most taken care of franchises that we have now, where every movie is of pretty good quality to great quality. John Wick 4 is a modern day 21st century action masterpiece, if you ask me. Classic. And so it's going to be very, very difficult to follow that up. But what they achieved in that movie was next fucking level. So I'm all here for, let's run it back. Let's do it again. Let's try to up the ante because these are filmmakers and producers and Keanu himself, the star. They don't take this lightly. This is not a franchise that they toy with. In fact, they reshot half of Ballerina because what they initially got and what they initially shot wasn't working. And that's why it's been delayed for a couple of years, because they realized this isn't of the quality of what this franchise has normally been to. And so I admire them for doing that and always having that foresight and being very concerned about the care of it. Now, everything hasn't hit because that Continental series was not great. It was a pretty bad series on Peacock. Didn't like it. So the whole idea of spinoff and franchising, like I get where we are. I'm concerned about that stuff. But as far as the main franchise, the mainline movies, bring it the fuck on. I'm here for it. As long as Keanu's down, I'm here for it. So I can't wait.